Hello, you are listening to Film Air with Jerry Gross here on PPR, where we air our righteous grievances about problematic films that shaped our nation's racist and sexist history, and cancel people in the past for what they did in the past, and in the present, and in the future. This week, it's time to cancel Ferris Bueller's Day Off. To make this whole episode more manageable, we've hired the original epic voice.
Thanks. Happy to be here. This episode is sponsored by Culpepper IP, a full-service intellectual property law firm. Seriously, for when you want to reclaim what you created and ensure you own it this time. From cis-white filmmaker John Hughes, whose portrayals of high schools are as white as the hoods in Birth of a Nation, comes another POC nightmare so chock full of white privilege, it unabashedly declares that white males don't need to go to school, can break into suburban estates without legal consequences, and no matter how many people they gaslight and abuse, will have neo-Nazi parades thrown in their honor. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Pack your backpacks for a school without any minority students in a movie so tone-deaf.
You speak English?
What country do you think this is?
Most of its POC characters are car thieves, systematically ignored newspaper boys, choreographed dancers that gather to snap their fingers at the behest of a white man. And that black kid sitting literally at the back of the bus? Instead, meet cis-white male Ferris Bueller, a selfish narcissist.
Never had one lesson.
Deceiving his two Karen parents who are constant apologists for their delinquent sociopathic son.
That's it. I want out of this family.
Witness this hetero breeder horrifically groom impressionable young cis-white males to follow his path of lies and deceit. As he gaslights his entire community and mentally and physically abuse his clinically depressed best friend, Cameron. A suicidal trust fund incel with clear mental illnesses and parental abuse issues that Ferris will exploit.
How do I deal with that?
Together, they will pick up the film's underage, sexualized cis love interest.
Did you see me change out of my clothes by the jacuzzi? You saw me? Well, that's okay. I'm not embarrassed.
Ugh, gross. And travel to the whitest parts of Chicago. It's a movie so socially unconscious, Ferris practically forces his own flu-induced best friend to not follow social distancing rules.
That's all in your head. Come on over.
Watch as he spreads his viruses across the city, putting countless lives at risk, including the city's already vulnerable African-American children. They'll be on the hunt by real-life sociopathic predator Ed Rooney, who is dangerously obsessed with his pursuit of a teenage boy playing hooky, but surprisingly okay with an Inspector Gadget-looking dad making out with his underage daughter. Watch as this brazen predator verbally abuses his body-positive female subordinate, physically abuse this poor animal, and stalk one underage boy at his house. All for the singular goal,
Your ass is mine.
it's a movie so garishly conservative, the guy who wrote speeches for Nixon is the class teacher.
Bueller?
A movie so out of touch with reality. It expects us to believe kids would visit a museum on their day off instead of staring at their phones. Wait a minute. Don't you think we're unfairly judging a movie made back in 1986 based on the standards of today?
Excuse me? How dare you? That is your privilege talking. Wait, what color are you? I assume you are white. I mean, I'm allowed to ask that, right?
No, I don't think so.
You're right, of course. And I apologize, sir.
Did you just assume my gender?
No. Oh, man. Oh, man. Can we just read the script? They?
Starring Matthew Broderick, who ran over people. Jennifer Grey, who was in a car as Matthew Broderick ran over people. Alan Ruck. a literal 30-year-old hanging out with high schoolers. Mia Sara, 2 first names, that's always wrong. Jeffrey Jones, a real-life Ed Rooney. And Charlie Sheen, playing the human embodiment of the AIDS that he potentially gave countless unsuspecting women and potentially tigers. It's time to cancel Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Make sure to subscribe right now to Popcorn Planet for more woke trailers and even more honesty. Tell us what other movies you'd like us to try and cancel next, as well as anything you want me to say in my original epic voice. Seems only fair, since we actually started that.